Hello, hello, and I'm getting started right away. Okay, so interesting. We unlocked storage. Um, can we use it as an overflow gate because it prioritizes the left side apparently? Oh boy. And I guess I could also get rid of that. Let me see how this works. Okay. Can I put two different shapes in here? I cannot. Okay. Only one. Are there any good uses for storage? I have to wonder. Okay. I'm gonna chuck one of each of these. And the reason I say that is because shit, I meant to hit Q. The reason I say that is because I want to work on other things in between dealing with this. Okay. Do I have any spare reds? Yes. Okay. And then do I have the other? Wait. Okay, I do. Interesting. So now I need this. And then I'll get the shuffler right here. And then we're just gonna throw that right back in there. Now, this is only one like every few seconds. So very clearly this is not going to be fast at all. But that's fine, just because I still need these. This can upgrade mixing and painting. Still need these. The other thing I really want to do is start working on some modular systems. Because this is messy. Very messy. And if I wanted to like copy and paste anything over, I could not do that. So let's say I went like all around systems like so. And I've already kind of designed this one. I do it sort of like this. And then in order to repeat it, I would just push another one of these right here. And then repeat. But this is gonna have to stay into here. Like for example, this, and then I can just get this to repeat. And that's how I want to do that sort of system. I could just pull it out, push it into here, and then keep it going, right? The problem is now I have this up front that I have to worry about. And I think now that I've figured out all of these, I'll probably just do one at a time. So let's do this one here first. Actually, what I'm going to do is if it's going up primarily. Like that. What I need is one to go onto this side, which would be this, and then the other will go on this side. And this is where I could use these. Something like that. And then I could just repeat this entire thing. So let's say I wanted to, I could copy this, and then I could just throw it together. I think what I'll do instead, though, to make sure I can actually copy it, I'll do that. And then if I do that, yeah. And one other thing, I'll just get an extra one of those there. There. And then if I want to do that, I can just copy and paste it. A really simple modular cutting design. Um, Let's see. Okay, even like... Yeah, it doesn't really matter which ones yet. I can't do any of them yet because they all need coloring and layering. So, now that I got that out of the way, this is simple. I could just throw this onto a thing. I don't really need to do a modular rotation design. But let's say I wanted one of these to like act twice, right? Maybe I would work on that. So we'll say get the shufflers out, push these, push those, and push that. Then say I take a circle thing and I throw that into there. Okay. So I could do one like this, which pushes everything to the top. And then I could just keep going forward. And then I could just go up and then move it over. Yeah, actually, that's not even a problem. I don't need to worry about that. What I could do... I mean, that... Whoops. That probably wouldn't work either. Okay, let's try it just in case. Because now we're getting into an area where I have 4 of these. Guess I would do something like that. Right? Okay, let's say this was the end point, and then I brought this over. This would always need to be double what this is. But then I could just repeat it. Yeah, I could do that. What's also crazy is I could probably do like... Say I wanted something like this. Then I would do... something like that, and that would take one split circle and just move it all, like, all the way around, all directions. Or for the... I mean, I guess this would work. Say it came out on the side, side would go here, bottom, or side, left side, right side, bottom, top. So yeah, that could be its own modular design to take this and then just split it up into individual shapes and sizes. I need these. And the biggest issue I have with these is, say I have like 2 lanes, red and blue. In order to get one into here, oops, and into here, this causes problems, right? So, see what I can do about that. My best guess is I'd probably shove gates like that. Maybe something like this. And then we take some of these, push those straight, those into there, right? If I do that, there's absolutely no point in having this here. So let's do this, where I'll push these into there, and then these straight across. And then I have gates here. Or I'll push those into there, and then those straight across. So it's a little bit larger. But it's still fine. And then, of course, if I wanted to, I could just chuck those into there to make sure that goes okay. So now I have color merging sorted out. I could probably get it a little bit more compact, but I'll figure that out later. We also need these. And I'll be honest, these are probably the more complicated ones. Let's see if I can get it to work like this, right? Obviously, I have the path of the shapes. And then this will probably go forward one more. Say I get this going forward. We'll do that. Well, I guess to make this make sense, I'd have to do that. Say I did that. Then I did this. And at the end, it has to be a tunnel just because if I ever expanded this, I would have to keep it going like that. So I did that. Also, how much space does this storage thing have? There's no way it's infinite, right? Limited to 8? Okay. Yeah, there's no way it's infinite, right? It might be. We'll find out. Now I have a good coloring system. So that's good. And I just noticed the rest of these seem to like start going up. So let's do that. And that also follows the pattern of going up. Let's get the layer thing here. I think the layer thing I could really just copy from here. Let me see. Yeah, I could literally just copy it from here and then say this happens to be the path for the one shape and this the other. Top shape at the bottom, bottom shape at the top. Doesn't really make sense that way, but it's fine. Yeah, no, I think this is infinite. What's crazy is this could literally just get pushed into there. I'd want it more compact than that, but I could, like, if I move this down, it would just get pushed straight into there. Now let's start combining. Let's say... Also, let me just... There. Now I'm getting those even faster. Let's say I want to take two shapes, have them color, or two colors, color them. We'll say it's all gonna go up and that direction, just because that's what I've been doing for everything else. Also, should be doing that. So now that we got those, I'm gonna actually just delete these. Okay. Say we have a shape going up, right? I want a modular design that would take this shape and also color it. Or maybe I should start at the colors because those would probably go on the inner side. I mean, okay, the first thing I'm probably gonna do is take this. The difference is instead of doing that, I'm gonna take these. could get problematic, but what if I did this? And then say I just threw these into here, and then I had Bridget, maybe a little further out. Bridges a little further out here. Push that to the side. And then we went with the super long bridges like that. Yeah, that was kind of simple. It's a little bit more spacious, but simple. Okay, let's copy this again. And yeah, the blueprint cost is just raising up, so we have to be very careful of that. Oh, also. Let's be careful of that too, and make sure we have that there. Always need the exit path. I think at the rate of I need these after, I should just move it to a separate merger, honestly. So let's delete that. Because I think keeping this in the same merger would be a very bad idea. What's crazy is if I could use this for overflow, I could put a trash can right here. Okay, 5K seems to be the limit. That's good to know. So storage would only be really used for like overflow systems. Good to know, I guess. And later, I think I'll take all these out and then probably rebuild them. It might take up more space, but it'll be more modular and probably better in the long term. Like, do I still need red circles? No. I really don't. I don't even know what these are here for. Yes, I'm sure. Oh boy, that's complicated. I might need to mass produce white dye and move it into the system. Oh, that's what storage could be used for, like an overflow buffer. Okay, let me see something now. Let's say I do this versus this. It seems like this is slightly faster. The better way to find out is to do this. If this goes back up to 5,000 before this does, the belts are faster. If this doesn't change, same speed. And if this keeps going down, despite being constantly flooded, oh yeah, this is slightly faster. I could definitely use these as faster transport of items over long distances. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's faster. That's good to know. Problem is if I did that, or let's just put a trash can over here. Which means it would now be gaining them faster than it's losing them unless these empty out. Cool, okay, good to know. I think I'm comfortable to take these out now. Um, I definitely could try and use the modular designs here. To get these converted. Although I don't think I'm getting enough of these to be capable of doing that. So maybe I'll test it out with these. What was the other thing I needed? These? Oh, never mind, I need white circles. And I quite honestly don't feel like doing that. Not yet. So let's see. I think what I'm gonna do is take this, chuck it here, and throw a good one of these in there. And then this could turn into a system like that for now. Maybe we even turn it into this sort of thing. Like that. And that gives us 2 open lanes. Gonna remove, actually it gives us 3 open lanes. We're gonna do it like that. Do something like that. There we go. Um, get that out of the way. Oops. Cool. Now I have 4 lanes that gotta go directly into there. I'd always want to start with the inner lanes, most likely. Um... see. Okay. Quick search, I couldn't actually find any real use for storage containers, so not exactly worth it, in my opinion. Um, let's see. Probably want to start getting the basic stuff in first, while I let this build up. It'll definitely take a while, but that's fine. We'll say, for example, I want circles onto this line, squares onto this line, and then I'll be able to take things off of them later, if I ever need to. But maybe not that close. It seems the further away I get, the more complicated the shapes get. So I don't really have endless circles to use. Interesting. They also get larger in ore packs. Okay, cool. Which means the furthest circle is probably here. Okay, let's say I threw this one here. There we go. So now we have circles and squares. So any regular circles I don't need anymore. Squares kind of have this problematic thing now where it's starting to back up this belt. So take this, chuck it here, chuck that there, and then for the first time, we'll use belts. That'll work. Because the inner lanes will be for things that are already made and not touched, most likely. Or maybe the bottom lanes will. I don't know yet. Because I could get these over to this here. Push that there. And then push that there. Meaning I now have no need for this and this. Those are going into the blue, so they're fine. I don't have any need for that. So I'm cleaning up a little bit, finally. And in the case I would throw one of these in here, that would be fine. I guess really I don't even need these. I'll leave this one empty just because this one's for all the extra stuff right now. Oh, there was some further down, that's fine. Maybe later it can be used for this. I'll do... that, and then I'll probably just take this all the way down. I'll get a merge thing just in case I do want to bridge over that. And I don't really need this. So... let's get the, I guess first I'll get this cutter. I don't know. Maybe I'll throw it like that, so I'll get some. Oh, actually, yeah. I can just curve it at the end instead. So I'll push that in. Alright, it looks like that's getting backed up, so maybe I'll throw it like that. Interesting. This gets very easily backed up. To the point where this might even get backed up. Oh, right, I actually could probably remove these and, let's see. I only need this piece on the top, so... Take that out. Doesn't really matter how I rotate you, I just need to rotate you. So... Now... we do that. And that shouldn't back up, right? Alright, it looks like that's as full as I can get it on one lane. Real quick, just to test and make sure, like, at full capacity. The bottom's moving, but it's definitely not infinite. Okay. Now, we're getting into this one. Where, things get slightly more complicated. Okay. This one will lead to the trash. Guaranteed. Which means I don't need to worry about that. I can just do that. And of course I need to test it like this. Let's throw it even higher then. Okay. I think one more will do it. That's one more that'll do it. There, just to make sure that's going in properly. Hang on a second. Okay, that's a problem. How's that? Let's let it use everything up. Okay, it looks like that's getting stuck at the bottom, which guarantees everything. It seems like 6 cutters is the speed I need. But, now we're getting into a kind of strange situation where I'm gonna need 4 of these. And remember the one blueprint I made where it was like this? Yeah, we need that now. Turning these doesn't cause any problems at all. I do know that much. So, let's head further up. I need to get mergers. Now, the tricky part about this is that I actually need 2 mergers that will go into 1 merger. So we'll say this is the 1 merger. Maybe we push it up a little higher. Right? Even then, let me take this out for right now. We have 4 shapes. Oops. So 1 or 2 shapes in here. Or actually, no. Oh, this is weird. We have 1 shape in here. And I guess what I'll do is kind of oppose this. Something like that. Something like that. Okay, cool. So now I have these. And, it's There we go. Let's chuck. Oh wait, actually, hang on. Do that. The opposite of that one. And then, trash can at the end. Alright, that's not even close, so let's just do this. And then we'll throw trash cans at the end of these. How's that? Okay. Let's get a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, it looks like the layers are a lot slower. Oh, and these are being split into 4. So maybe it's not really worth it going out this far. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or actually, let's get this. I want to see something. Let's get a trash can on these. Okay. Okay, it looks like that does back up. Oh, this. If I take a trash can here now, does this back up? Oh. Cool. Maybe I should do that. And we'll just chuck those onto there. Alright. Now if it will back up, we'll find out. Let's see something. Because it looks like it still won't back up. Okay, no, over time it definitely will, which means the most optimal system is this right here. Okay. Now we'll take the original merging system. and we'll place it down here. And the original merging system, I want something like this maybe? And then I'll go up and do something like that. And yeah, right now we'll do this. Just to break down any overflow that there might be. Okay, it looks like regardless this one will overflow, so let's do that. Okay, real quick, let me see what happens if I do that. So it won't go into there. Or actually, let's see if I do that. I don't actually want trash cans at the end. Okay, yeah, that won't overflow. Or that will overflow. Let's see if this will overflow. Okay, I think it's safe to say that this will overflow, so let's get more in there. First, we'll try it with 5. Yeah, it looks like 5 won't overflow because it seems like it doesn't actually get there very quickly. Seems like the most overflow I get is the other one not matching its pace. Oh, also for whatever reason, yeah, that would also cause overflow. Oops. Okay, cool. So we're gonna take this out. 5 is enough there. Any more than 5 is pointless. It's just what do you call it? It's just putting a less useful system in there. Now that that's sorted out, I don't think I would mind pushing these through here. Those shapes will always come in slower. I could probably get another one of these systems built up. That wouldn't be an issue, but it's not really necessary. Like, say I copied this entire thing and pasted it next to this. that could probably push in more of these. Let's try it. Copy. Oh, wow. Instant 2000. If I pushed it right here, pick this up, chuck that over there. What if I did that? Now I could see it backing up here a little bit. Cool. Could I actually get the bridges to, like, push over to there? Let me see. No. So that would be problematic if I wanted the bridges over here, but that's fine. Because I don't think I'm going to need any more squares than I'm getting right now. Cool. So now we have the 4 basic shapes into here. Guess what I'll do later? I don't know, I want to try and get all of my factories set into modular frames. So, you know, like this, it looks kind of organized. Not like a jumbled mess. Because I'm much more content with this here than I am with whatever that is. Like, all of this looks really complicated, and then you just have this. It's all lined up. You kind of know what everything is. These are the blueprints. Look at that, you even have it going into one system. So I think working at a larger scale is probably a better idea. But we'll continue that in the future. Until then, I'll see everyone in the next stream. And, next time I guess what I'll do is maybe try and make like a dye highway so that I can just take some of these out, potentially color them, and then move them into further systems. So now it's one input that can just be taken out of and then pushed back in. Later, when I get wiring, this is a quad. Oh, that's going to be really useful. A quad cutter? Yeah, that's going to be extremely useful. Okay, cool. But now, later... Oh, uh-oh. It's backing up a little bit. Let's put those in the dumpster for now, then. Actually, if this backs up, what happens is, more would get, well, actually, no, more won't get pushed into this system. Like, there's practically no delay there. I kind of want to... No, wait a minute, I can't do that. If I start doing that, I'm gonna end up merging these on top of each other. The better way to do it would be to put like a system here, turn it this way, so I could get multiple of them through. But we'll get that figured out later. Yeah, I'll end it here. I'll see everyone in the next one. Maybe I'll let it AFK for here, maybe not, I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about where I'd want a die highway. And I might actually copy all of this, move it over, and then push it into this, just in case I want that to go up further. We'll see what happens. Quad cutter I'm excited for. I'll see everyone next time. Oh.